Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kushani Tharushika, graduate of Department of State Management and Valuation, University of Sri Jayewardenepura. This is my research presentation on the topic of application of green features in property valuation in Sri Lanka, perspectives of professional valuers. So, let's start by the background of the study. As you all know, sustainability and sustainable development are two concepts that are rapidly spreading throughout the world. In line with that, green buildings are playing a salient role in the path of achieving sustainability goals. So, first of all, let's see what is green building and green features, as my research is focused on these keywords. So, according to the World Green Building Council, green building is a building that its design, construction, or operation reduces or eliminates negative impacts and create positive impacts on our climate and natural environment, and which preserves precious natural resources and improve our quality of life. Accordingly, green features are the green components or the green attributes of green building. So there is a clearly identified demand or requirement for this green concept in the world. In line with that, many professions such as accounting, architecture, and engineering have upgraded their professional standards and framework to cater to that requirement. So there is a automatic requirement for valuers who are directly involved in this property market to identify these green features or green buildings in property valuation. So let's see why it's important to consider green features. So the first reason is World Green Building Council is working hand in hand with the Asia Pacific region to endorse sustainable building practices. And also Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors has introduced RIC's professional guidance to estimate sustainability factor. Moreover, Green Building Council of Sri Lanka has taken numerous steps to promote and encourage green building in the country while supporting sustainability goals of the country. So they have introduced two rating system. The first one is Green SL rating system, which I have used in my research also. So that rates the already built environment by using 8 green components. The second rating system is Green SL labeling system, which rates the materials and products that are used in the construction industry. And also, government is working hand in hand with the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka with the vision of greening Sri Lanka 2030 with 10 green goals. And also, there's a trend for energy efficient buildings and net zero carbon emission buildings in the world and also in the country. And also, there were discussions about the green mortgages and green leases and credit enhancers for green buildings in the country. So, then move on to the problem statement of the study. In the global context, there are many researchers done on the green features on property valuation, but they have only considered the green features that are implemented in their countries, and that limit to maximum 6 green features. And also in Sri Lankan context, there are few pieces of researchers, but they are not based on the green features introduced by the Green Building Council and also on property valuation. So it is vital to identify to what extent the professional valuers consider this application of green features in property valuation. So let's move on to the objectives of the study. The general objective of the study is to analyze the perspectives of professional valuers on the application of green features introduced by the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka in property valuation. So in order to achieve this general objective, there are 4 specific objectives. The first objective is to identify the valuers' perspectives on the awareness and application of green features in property valuation, to rank the valuers' perspectives of the green features introduced by the Green Building Council. Third, to analyze the perspectives of valuers on the effect of green features introduced by the GBCSL on the main valuation variables related to the building life cycle. Last objective is to assess the most significant sub-feature or features that valuers consider in the property valuation in Sri Lanka. So in order to minimize the complexity of the research, I only considered the condominium, commercial building and office buildings. So let's move on to the methodology of the research. The population of the research is all the professional valuers in Sri Lanka, and I have selected 60 professional valuers through simple random sampling method, and I have collected data through a structured questionnaire survey. and I analyze the data by descriptive analysis and mean comparison. So this table shows the breakdown of data analysis objective wise. And also the table in my right hand side shows the 8 green features introduced by the Green Building Council, and also the 6 valuation variables I used in my research. So let's move on to the literature review part. When going through the previous researches done by scholars, I found that most of the researchers done on the green features introduced by their green building councils that are implemented in their countries. And also they are limited to maximum 6 green features. However, in my research, I consider 8 green features which are introduced by the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. And also Alien 2015 and also Seoul Newrick in 2015 have studied only 4 green features, and Vance Malin and Abdul Majid in 2014 analyzed 6 green features. Moreover, El Abdullah in 2018 emphasized that most of the valuers have not considered green features in property valuation, and also Majid 2014 emphasized that one strategy of evaluating the sustainability factor in property valuation is simply considering the green building certification or rating system. So let's move on to the data analysis part of the study. Let's start by the respondents' profile. So most of the valuers, that is 38.3% of the respondents, are in the age of 40 to 49. And also 48.5% of the respondents have IVSL membership, and 61.7% of the respondents are graduates, and 65% of the valuers are working in the public sector, and 35% of the valuers are working in the private sector. And also most of the valuers have 15 years of working experience, and the average working year of experience is 11 years. So when it comes to the data analysis objective wise, the first objective is to identify the valuers' perspectives on the awareness and application of green features in property valuation. So here I have divided the first objective into 2 parts, that is perspectives on the awareness of incorporating green features and perspectives on the application of green features. So let's start by the first one, that is perspectives on the awareness of incorporating green features. So this pie chart shows that 78% of the valuers have moderate level of awareness about the green features. And also the frequency table shows that 90% of the valuers have agreed that green features of a building have an impact on its value. And also 35% of the valuers disagreed with statement number 2, which is regarding the guidance that they receive from their working organization in terms of incorporating green features in property valuation. Moreover, 43% of the valuers have agreed that they receive a good guidance from professional organizations such as RICS in terms of incorporating green features in property valuation. So let's move on to the second part of the first objective, that is the application of green features. So the pie chart shows that 58% of the valuers do not consider green features in property valuation. So when it comes to the case summary analysis, which is represented in this bar chart, shows that 71.8% of the valuers who are working in the public sector do not consider green features, but 66.7 valuers who are working in the private sector consider green features in the property valuation. And also, so let's see how they consider green features. So this green color bar chart shows that 60% of the valuers consider green features as a special facility or convenience of the property. And this study found 6 ways of considering green features in property valuation. So let's move on to the reasons for not considering green features in property valuation. This research found 5 reasons for not considering green features, which are presented in this table. However, 40% of the valuers have said that the lack of guidelines is the main reason for not considering green features in property valuation. And also this pie chart shows that 58% of the valuers do not believe that consideration of green features varied from property to property. However, 42% of the valuers, which is also a significant amount, believe that the consideration of green features is varied from property to property. So they have ranked hotel and restaurant as rank number 1 and 2 for condominium and 3 for office building. So when it comes to the benefits of the green building for investors, as per the perspectives of valuers, there are 5 benefits found in the study. 24% of the valuers have said that reduced operational cost is the biggest benefit of the green building for the investors. And also this research found 6 challenges for considering green features in property valuation. So this purple color bar chart shows that 40% of the valuers have said that lack of awareness and knowledge is the biggest challenge for considering green features in property valuation. Then this pie chart shows that 60% of the valuers said that sustainability is not a major factor for investors. Sustainability is a major factor for investors when investing in a property. However, 40% of the valuers have said that sustainability is not a major factor for investors when investing in a property. However, when it comes to the informational duty of the valuers, 56.7% of the valuers agreed that they have informational duty to inform their clients about the sustainable benefits of the building. So let's move on to objective 2, that is to rank valuers' perspectives on the green features introduced by the Green Building Council of Sri Lanka. So here the first frequency table shows that 61.7% of the valuers have a low level of awareness about the green features introduced by the Green Building Council. However, they have ranked the materials and resources feature as number 1, as 2, environment management, 3, indoor environment quality, 4, sustainable sites, 5, energy and atmosphere, 6, water efficiency, 7, innovation and design process, and lastly 8, social and cultural awareness. So then move on to objective number 3, that is to analyze the perspectives of valuers on the effect of green features introduced by the Green Building Council on the main valuation variable related to the building life cycle. So this table shows a summary of the results. So the first feature is environment management. Here this table shows that this first green feature affects the low vacancy rate and higher rent valuation variables in the first phase, and lower operating cost, lower vacancy rate in the middle phase, and lower operating cost in the last phase. Accordingly, sustainable site feature affect the higher rent and low vacancy rate in the first phase and low vacancy rate in the middle and last phase. And also water efficiency feature affect the low operating cost and higher yield in all the phases of the building life cycle. And also the energy and atmosphere feature affect the lower operating cost and lower vacancy rate within the all phases of the life cycle. So when it comes to materials and resource feature, 55% of the valuers said that there is no impact on valuation variable in all phases of the building life cycle. However, rest of the valuers believe that this may have an impact on lower vacancy rate in all phases of the building life cycle. So when it comes to indoor environmental quality, that feature has effect on low vacancy rate and lower discount rate in the first phase, lower operating cost and lower vacancy rate in the middle and last phase of the building life cycle. So when it comes to innovation and design process, 40% of the valuers do not believe that there is an impact on valuation variables. However, 60% of the valuers believe that it may have an impact on low operating cost in all phases of the building life cycle. So lastly, the social and cultural awareness feature and most of the valuers believe that means 60% of the valuers believe that this social and cultural awareness feature has no impact on valuation variables. However, the rest of the valuers, that is 40% of the valuers, believe that it may have an effect on low vacancy rate in the first and middle phase of the building life cycle, and in the last phase, lower discount rate and vacancy rate. So let's move on to the last objective of the study, that is to assess the most significant sub-feature or features that valuers consider in the property valuation in Sri Lanka. Here, this table shows that to value condominium property, the valuers consider 12 green features, including optimizing occupant comfort, development density, and community connectivity, use of water-saving performances, and so on. And also to value the commercial building, they have considered 7 features, and to value office building, they considered another 7 green features. So let's move on to the conclusion of the study. This study revealed that the level of awareness of green features is at a moderate level in Sri Lanka, and also 58% of the valuers do not consider green features in property valuation. So the reasons for not considering green feature is the lack of guidance, and also the biggest challenge is the lack of awareness and knowledge about the green features. Moreover, this research revealed that materials and resources is the most important feature to consider in property valuation, and operating cost is the most affected valuation variable by these green features. And also, finally, this research found that 12 features are considered to value condominium properties, and 7 features are considered to value office buildings and commercial buildings. So, with all of these findings, this study recommends to analyze the way of incorporating or identify these green features in property valuation or valuation process for such matter, and also to analyze the quantifiable effect of these green features towards the benefit of stakeholders in the property market, and also to prepare a framework for considering green features in property valuation. And also this research recommends that to analyze the modifications to the valuation methods regarding the application of green features in property valuation. So these are the references that I have used in my presentation. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you.